Hi kiddos, welcome to your week 3 garden lesson. This week's lesson is all about apples. Now you guys know from the past 2 weeks that we've learned that we are at the end of our warm growing season and we're officially in our cool growing season. And because we're at the end of the warm growing season, it's now the time that we can enjoy fruits that have taken months to grow, and now it's time to harvest them. So that's why it's a popular time for harvesting apples, to go apple picking, to really enjoy some fresh apple pie. So let me tell you a little bit of background about apples and apple trees. So an apple tree produces its blossoms in the spring, and it takes from the moment that the blossom, if you've ever seen an apple tree blossom, they're really beautiful and really fragrant. But once it's attracted that pollinator and pollination has occurred, it can take an apple 100 to 200 days until it is ready to be harvested. Another thing about apple trees is that they actually need cross-pollination in order to bear fruit. Cross-pollination means that a pollinator visits the blossom of one tree and needs to visit the blossom of a different tree in order for pollination to occur. Some more about apples. Apples can range in size from a cherry all the way up to the size of a grapefruit. And I don't know if you've ever heard the expression, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. And that's because apples are incredibly full of fiber, which is great for digestion. They have vitamin C, helps keep you healthy during this flu season. Vitamin K, which is really good for your blood, and also potassium. Potassium is good for your muscles and really overall body health. Some more information about apples. There are actually 7,500 different varieties of apples, and they have some of them have some really interesting names, such as sheep's nose, prairie crunch, pixie spy, and also fiesta. So it's really fun if you go to a farmer's market or if you're at the grocery store, check out the names of the apples. And even if you want to go further, you can research why is that apple named that. And there really are some interesting stories out there about how they came to name those apples. Let's see, if you do apple taste, I really encourage you to get in touch with your senses. Our 5 senses are sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. And you really can incorporate all of those senses when you're trying a different variety of apple. So of course you can see what it looks like. Sound when you take a bite, that's when you're biting a mushier apple versus a crunchy apple. There's definitely a different sound. Apples can have different scents. The taste, they can be sweet, they can be sour. And then the texture, that mushiness, and that's where the touch comes into play. That mushiness versus a really crisp apple. Let's see, what else can I tell you? That's it. I believe, though, I do challenge you guys. I know our favorite family apple is the Honeycrisp apple, but I do challenge you to try some new varieties of apples this apple season. We have a list. We have 9 different apples that we've tried. We're going to try and get to 20 and just really push ourselves to look at the market. We have a local grocery store that has a bunch of different varieties of apples. It's called People's, and that's a great place to find some new different varieties as well. So that's our challenge, and I challenge you guys to do that as well. And if you are growing in a garden or if you're just growing in small pots, this is still a great time to plant your cool season seeds and seedlings. Remember, cool season are your vegetables, so those are your roots, your stems, your leaves, and your immature flowers, those crops. It's also a great time to plant your peas. So those are some crops that if you want to try growing at home, I highly recommend them. Other than that, have a great day, everybody. Enjoy apple season. See if you can find an opportunity to maybe go apple picking, try different apples, enjoy apple pie, and have a great day. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next week.